Good morning. Good morning and welcome to our yoga practice. We have a minute or two before we get going, maybe a minute or so. We're rolling out our mat and making our way to your space. We are going to begin in a seated posture if you wanted to head that way. And take a moment to check around and make sure you have anything at arm's length that you may want. Just coming into our space, settling in. Getting closer to time. If you haven't already made your way to that seated posture, let's go ahead and meet there. And that seat can look anything that you want it to. Maybe legs are crossed, maybe legs are stacked, maybe they're out. You could do kneeling if you prefer. Somewhere you can settle in, relax the legs. Sit tall, let the shoulders drop away from the ears. A little tuck of the chin as the crown of the head lifts. You can close the eyes here, drop the gaze on the mat a few feet in front of you. As you begin to deepen the breath and become more present. Scan the body. Build the awareness of how you're feeling today. And if you notice little places of tension, somewhere you can invite in a little ease, do so. Nice deep breaths in and out. Breathe through the nose. Feel the body expand and contract. Keep this nice full breath as you flutter the eyes open. Draw the gaze back to center. Let the light back in as you bring the arms down along your side. Inhale them up. Exhale, hands to heart. Big inhale as we reach, scoop the air around you. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll take left hand down to the mat. Inhale the right arm up. On the exhale, take it over. Sit bones stay connected down. As you invite in a nice stretch through the right side body. Keep a little ease in the legs. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand to mat. Inhale up the left. Find that length. Exhale as you take it over. Feel the breath in the ribs. Support of the lower hand on the mat. Inhale up. Exhale the left hand down. We'll take right hand to left knee. Slight twist, or really just turning the torso to line up with that knee. If you're kneeling, just turning maybe 45. The gaze can go to the side. We'll unwind. Opposite side, left hand, right knee. Right hand's just on the mat or the earth behind us. Twist through the torso. Unwind back to center. Find a comfortable spot for the hands, allowing them to rest as you sit tall. We'll drop chin to chest. Feel that little stretch through the back of the neck into the upper shoulders. And then draw a line with the nose up to the sky, opening the throat. Back to center. We'll look left and then right. Center. Left ear to left shoulder. You can have the arms resting, or you could reach the right fingertips out and gently touch the earth. Back to center. Right ear to left shoulder, the weight of the head creating the stretch. And again, that optional reach of the arm. Back to center. You can take hands to knees or have arms out as we begin our seated cat-cows. On an inhale, we'll press the heart forward, draw the gaze gently up. Exhale as you round. Inhale, press the heart forward. Exhale as you round. If the arms are loose, you can kind of exaggerate the shapes a little bit as you let the arms move with you, creating movement through the spine, a connection between the breath and the movement. We'll take one more full round before meeting back at center. Stack one hand over the other, they're not touching, and begin to gently rotate the hands around. Not touching, creating movement in the wrists. You can also just do this out to the side if you prefer. And then reverse direction. Find stillness as you rest the hands. We'll take the right leg and set it in front of the left. So right shin and left shin are moderately parallel. Right shin in line with the short edge of the mat if you're long ways on it. We'll sit up nice and tall, keep that length in the spine as you hinge at the hips, keeping while trying to avoid too much rounding in the low back. As we lower down, only going as far as you want. Try not to lift the hips too far. Creating a nice stretch through the right hip. We'll walk the hands in as we lift up and swap the legs. Left shin in front of right. Sit bones connected down. Lengthen the spine. Walk the hands away. You fold forward, stopping when your body needs, mindful of how that left hip is feeling. Continue to breathe. Start to walk the hands in as you lift up, and we'll stretch both feet out in front of us, feet about hip width distance apart. Sit tall as we inhale the arms up. Exhale to our seated forward fold. You can keep a little micro bend at the knees if needed. Really try to lead with the heart. Keep that length in the spine. We'll inhale up. Exhale as you lay back, bringing the spine onto the mat. We'll inhale, arms overhead. Really full body stretch from fingers to toes. Exhale as you bring both feet in. Nice full body hug. We'll hold on to right knee with right hand, left knee with left hand. Start to create little circles, taking the knees out and away from one another, and then gently back together. In reverse direction. We'll find stillness as we send the legs up, soles of the feet to the sky. Arms are down alongside body. We'll point the toes, inviting a little stretch into the top of the feet and the shins. Little point and flex. Wiggle them a bit. Find stillness with the feet. We'll keep the left leg extended, core is strong, as we lower the right leg to about 45 degrees. If that's too much, you can stop a little early. If you're wanting a little extra, you could lower it down farther, not letting it touch the mat. We'll inhale it up. And exhale, gently lower the left. Again, we're finding that 45 if that works for you. Feet are flexed. Legs are active. And draw the left leg up. Lower the right leg, that 45. And again, you could just continue. Keep the core active. Draw it back up. Lower the left. Never touching the mat here. Building strength. Draw the left foot up. Draw both knees into the chest. And then take the feet to the mat. We'll heel toe the feet together and let the knees fall away from one another as we come into our supine bound angle. Let gravity gently draw the knees down. You can have the hands resting on the inner thighs. You could have them on the outer thighs with little support. We'll take hands to outer thighs as we gently help the knees up. Let them rest against one another as you heel toe the feet to the edges of the mat. A little counter pose for a breath. Draw the feet back to neutral, maybe about hip width distance. And you can let them gently sway side to side, allowing the hips to gently twist. And then find stillness back at neutral as you walk the heels in toward the body. Arms down along our side, palms in the mat, thumbs touching hips, prepping for our bridge pose. When ready, lift the hips as you come up onto the shoulder shelf. Keep the knees in alignment. Maybe walk the shoulder blades a little closer together. And then gently lower down. Turning the spine to the mat. Draw the knees in. Nice full body hug. You could rock a little side to side if you like. That might feel nice on the low back. We'll find stillness. Take peace fingers behind the knees. Rock along the length of the spine and use that momentum to draw you up. We'll keep the fingers behind the knees. As we sit tall, lean back to about a 45. Come up onto the toes and gently lift the feet, finding your boat pose. You can stretch the arms out. You could extend the legs straight. You can tap the toes down anytime you need. Keeping back body strong, core engaged. On an exhale, lower the feet. Bring the hands behind you just to support. We'll do that little windshield wiper with the knees once more. We'll tuck the feet in as we rotate over. Finding our tabletop somewhere near the middle of the mat. Our nice neutral starting place. We'll take the hands forward, a handprint each. Spread the fingers, grip the mat as you curl the toes. Lift the hips up and back, down dog. Let the tailbone reach tall. Shake the head a little, yes and no. We'll walk the hands toward the feet to find forward fold at the back of the mat. Upper body hangs. Maybe there's that little bend at the knees. We'll inhale to half lift, flat back. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Exhale as you release. Big inhale draws us up as we reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. You can leave hands at heart center, or you could bring them to hips. We'll step the right foot forward, maybe 2 to 3 feet. Feet are on skis, toes forward. Stand tall. Lead with the heart. As we come into our pyramid. Both feet flat on the ground. Listening to that feeling through the back of the right leg. Maybe move 10 degrees with the torso. Maybe you're 90. Maybe your hands journey all the way to the mat or block. We'll take a generous bend in that right knee as we press up. And then bring the left foot forward. The left foot now is in front 2 to 3 feet. We're on those skis. We're standing tall. Lead with the heart as you hinge forward. Each side a little different, so be mindful as you come into the shape. And notice if the hips really shift out. We want to keep them square to the short edge of the mat as best we can. Long spine. Generous bend in that left knee to press us up. And we'll bring the right foot forward as we find Tadasana near the front of the mat. Standing tall, head over heart. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, step one foot back and then the other, finding high plank. With control, lower down. Uncurl the toes. Inhale up to your cobra. Exhale as you release. Curl the toes, press the hips up and back, down dog. Hold here for a few breaths. We'll walk the hands to meet the feet at the back of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Nice big inhale draws us up. And exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll leave the left foot back once more as we prepare for a balance pose. Our right will become our supporting leg. So we'll step it forward, that's 2 to 3 feet. Start with a little bend at the right knee as you start to shift the weight, what will be that standing leg. So we're coming onto the ball of the back foot. We'll start to lift that back leg, flex the foot, press through the heel. Coming into kind of a T shape. The gaze is at the mat. Take airplane arms, or you can have hands at heart center. And you can tap the back toes down anytime you need. You can play in here with just that movement, kind of that pendulum, feeling that shift. And then when you're ready, lower the left foot down and find Tadasana back on the mat. To give ourselves space, we'll scoot back toward that back third of the mat as we prepare for the opposite side. Step forward with the left foot, start to shift the weight. Build your foundation as you come up onto the ball of the back foot. Nice and stable through the supporting leg. We start to lift the flying right leg, hinging at the hips, trying to make ourselves parallel to the mat. Continue to breathe, coming in and out of the shape as you need. Feeling strong in your supporting leg, back body is engaged, navel draws in toward the spine. Really press through the heel of that back foot. And we'll gently lower the right foot down, finding that nice standing position. Shake it out. Head toward the front third of the mat. Stand in Tadasana, our strong mountain. Inhale the arms. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands. We'll step one foot back and then the other, our high plank. Lower down. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale as you release, curl the toes, hips to sky, or downward dog. We'll take a little wave through the body as we lift the hips, or lift the heels, shift the hips, come to high plank. Lower the right knee. Start to shift the weight to that right side as we lift the left arm up to the sky. Our supported side plank. You can be on the inner edge of that back foot or have it planted down. Also bring hand to hip here if you prefer. If you'd like to challenge your balance, you can fly that back foot a little bit. If you're flying the back foot, lower it down. Start to bring the right arm back to the mat as you rotate. Step the right toes back, high plank for 1 breath. Lower left knee. Shift the weight, trying to stack the hips. Nice supporting arm. Left arm or right arm reaches. And again, you can bring it to hip if you prefer. And you could fly that back leg. Ooh, I'm a little, my spacing's a little off today, but that's all right. Try not to collapse into the supporting shoulder here. And bring the right hand back to the mat as you rotate. Step the left toes back, high plank, lower down. Uncurl the toes as you inhale up to your cobra. Exhale as you release. This time we'll go hips to heels, child's pose. Find a little ease in the shoulders, maybe a bend at the elbows. If having toes together, knees together isn't serving you, you could take the knees a little wider to the edges of the mat. Take a little scan through the body. Keep that awareness. The breath begins to gently return to your natural rhythm. As we wind down, low back loosens as the hips sink to the heels. We'll start to walk the hands in as we lift up and find a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for us right now, as we close out our practice together, bringing hands together at heart center to seal it in. I encourage you to take kind thoughts, kind words, and those kind intentions with you from now until we meet again. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for our yoga practice today. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you back on the mat next Tuesday morning. Bye, y'all.